Welcome to the postseason, coaches. I wanted to try and go over a few quick things and try and make sure that people have an understanding of some of the forms as we march closer and closer towards the individual districts. So, going to look at preparing for districts, some updates with the girls stuff, and some recaps on awards and certifications. As a quick reminder, I know there's been some questions by a few coaches out there wondering, hey, are the individual tournament times a little bit different from previous years? And the answer to that is yes, they are slightly different. There was a strongly supported request, both from our coaches and ADs that came to the MWA and the MHSAA to look at adjusting that start time a little bit later. And we took that request to the state, worked with them. One of the bigger reasons for that was a lot of host sites said they had difficulties with the inclement weather to be able to plow and prepare their sites and get it ready. A lot of schools were also talking about difficulties of travel, and in some cases where there's not always fully school-provided travel, right, for their athletes to get there. So there was the look at adjusting that start time just a little bit to allow for those things. So as you're getting closer, make sure you have entered all of your information from the year into track wrestling, right? You must enter all your contests in the schedule and the results. This is what is used for the seeding of the individual tournaments. So please don't rely on other coaches to do that, right? Try and enter your stuff. Make sure things that are entered are correct in there. When it comes to the girls' entries, right, females must choose one district or the other. So they're going into the co-ed district or the girls district to move on to the girls only regionals and so forth. They cannot participate in both. A girl may compete in the co-ed team districts, regionals, and state events, even if they are entered into the girls only district. Deadline for the individual tournament entry for both boys and girls, right, is this Friday at 11:59 a.m. You might see it as 10:59 for Central Standard Time, but realize like noon essentially is when all that kind of gets locked in. So make sure you get your stuff in. Maybe try and get them in earlier rather than later. It's always easy to scratch a kid or adjust a record versus trying to enter an entire kid into the tournament. Total win-loss record should be in there in the co-ed division, regardless of the gender in which they've wrestled. In the girls only, you should be submitting girls only records in the win-loss column. And then you can include their overall co-ed record in the wrestler info column because maybe they have substantially more matches or there's some things that you want to put of note, but the main citing criteria is going to start with girls only, and then that overall co-ed record could just be used as a talking point. We know there's a lot of forms out there. I get it. Doing the best to consolidate and not have too many things in triplicate as we're looking at things. But for team districts, there is the team district form. It looks a little bit different, right? It's updated over time. You've got alpha date, scratch date, and then actual weight will get entered that day. They are asking that you have a couple copies of that form that you can take with you. You obviously need one for the actual weight that's there. Most host sites can make copies of those after they're done, but please make sure you have yours done ahead of time and legible. For the individual districts and regionals and girls individual districts and regionals, right, those forms are on the state website under the weigh-in links. Just follow the highlight that you see there for the MHSA webpage. The forms are gender specific. You will see that there is the blue form for co-ed and the red form for girls. Filling them out is identical for both. We are getting that time where you can request your awards and certificates for your athletes, or yourself, and other things from your school. Right? Use the awards and certificate link, please. This is how all requests are processed. Many of the forms are generated from that, so having the information accurate in that is also very important. Misspelling of a name there may end up in a misspelling of the athlete on the certificate. Again, this is 100, 150, 200 win certificates for athletes, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, etc. win certificate for coaches, and then the academic all-state, right? Individual awards, 10th, 11th, 12th, and team awards also. Mr. and Miss Wrestler nominations will open up later this month, right? You can nominate any senior athletes for that award. We want you to kind of have that done by February 28th so we can get the voting and stuff ready for that because that goes along with the Coach of the Year voting that takes place the weekend of the individual finals. And then there's a final round of voting for the Mr. Wrestler from the 4 divisions that take place the following week. Here is a QR code and a quick shortened URL if you want for the link submission. You can also find it on our webpage too. Special awards is something that's been going on for a while. It's like 80 of the year, volunteer of the year, media person of the year, and so forth. Your MWA reps will be around starting to collect information on that and taking nominations, starting as early as the individual district tournament, and they'll continue to kind of pull and collect that data through the individual state meet. So if you got somebody who's been really doing a great job for your program or otherwise, please reach out to them, get that information to them. More information is always better. And again, you can nominate, whoever you kind of think fits those roles. Want to wish the best of luck to all teams, coaches, athletes as we move into the postseason. Want it to be a successful time for your program, a good time, and continue to build the wrestling roots in Michigan. If you got any questions or you need to kind of know who to contact, feel free. You can see all the different contacts here. You can find them on our webpage. And even if you're not sure, reach out to any of the reps or even former reps. They'll help direct you to the right place and try and get you the answers that are needed.